In 1924, a Japanese farmer's son invented the world's best automatic loom. In 1929, he sold the patent to a British textile company for £100,000. In 1937, his son used that money to build the biggest car company on earth. Today, Toyota. Welcome back. Mac here. Today we open the Toyota glove box. 127 years, one loom, two family names, one recall that killed 89 people, 45 slides. Let's go. 1867, Shizuoka Prefecture, Japan. Sakichi Toyoda is born to a family of farmers and carpenters. 1867. Sakichi Toyoda is born in Kosai, Shizuoka Prefecture. His father is a carpenter. He grows up watching women in the village spend 12 hours a day on wooden hand looms. He decides to fix that. 1896. Sakichi invents Japan's first steam-powered wooden loom. It cuts weaving time by roughly half. He keeps iterating. Over the next 25 years, he files 30 years' worth of patents. 1926. Toyota Automatic Loom Works is founded in Nagoya. Same year, Sakichi perfects the Type G loom, the first automatic loom that stops itself the moment a thread breaks. He calls the principle jidoka, automation with a human touch. That phrase still hangs on factory walls today. The Type G is the crowning invention. It detects a snapped thread and stops the machine before it produces defective cloth. No human needed to stand watch. Jidoka, the machine has intelligence. This concept, decades later, becomes a pillar of the Toyota production system. 1929. Sakichi sells the worldwide rights to the Type G loom to Platt Brothers and Company of Oldham, England, then the world's largest textile machinery maker. The price, £100,000 sterling. File that one under. The most important textile deal nobody remembers. That money doesn't go into a bank account. His son has a plan. By 1933, Kiichiro Toyoda is spending that British money on a bet. 1933. Kiichiro Toyoda, Sakichi's son, establishes an automobile department inside Toyota Automatic Loom Works. His father had given him the patent windfall with one instruction: use it to start something new. He starts cars. 1936. The Toyoda Model AA rolls out of the Corolla plant, Japan's first mass-produced passenger car. The body design borrows heavily from the Chrysler Airflow. Kiichiro wasn't shy about studying the competition. 1937. Toyota Motor Corollas is established as a separate company. The name is changed from Toyoda, the family name, to Toyota, because in Japanese the new word takes 8 brushstrokes, considered luckier. Also, it's easier to trademark. Both reasons are true. 1957. Toyota launches the Crown in the United States. It is the first Japanese car exported to America. It's slow, overheated on California highways, and customers don't come back. Toyota pulls it within 2 years. The lesson: what works in Japan doesn't always work in the desert. 1966. The Corolla. Compact, reliable, cheap to run, easy to fix. It becomes the best-selling car nameplate in automotive history. Over 50 million units across 12 generations as of the 50th anniversary. That number's not a typo. Here's the 1990 footprint: Japan, Kentucky, Cambridge, Georgetown, the Toyota production system, developed by Taiichi Ohno and Eiji Toyoda after the near-bankruptcy of 1950. 2 pillars: jidoka, machines stop themselves when something goes wrong. Just in time. Parts arrive exactly when needed, not before. The Smithsonian calls it one of the most influential management systems in modern industrial history. 1988, Georgetown, Kentucky. Toyota opens its first wholly owned U.S. manufacturing plant. Camry rolls off the line. The plant eventually employs more than 8,000 people. At the time, it's the largest single foreign investment in American manufacturing history. 1989. Lexus launches in North America with the LS 400. Target, Mercedes S-Class, and BMW 7 Series at 2/3 the price. Consumer Reports gives it their highest rating. BMW and Mercedes both reverse engineer one. That detail is real. By 2000, Toyota is producing over 5 million vehicles per year. The family name has become a global noun. Pause. Which badge next? Drop one. We pick from comments. Now we get to the part nobody at the press junket likes. August 28, 2009. San Diego, California. A Lexus ES 350 accelerates to over 120 miles per hour. The driver, an off-duty police officer, calls 911. The car does not stop. 4 people die. September 2009. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration opens a formal investigation into Toyota's sudden unintended acceleration complaints. The initial explanation from Toyota: floor mat entrapment. Between September 2009 and January 2010, Toyota issues multiple recalls. First, floor mats, then sticky accelerator pedals, a separate defect in the pedal mechanism itself. Over 10 million vehicles recalled across multiple campaigns. Hold that number. January 26, 2010. Toyota halts sales and production of 8 models in the United States, including the Camry, the Corolla, and the RAV4. It is the first time in the company's history it tells dealers to stop selling its cars. February 2010. Akiotoyoda, grandson of Kichiro, testifies before the U.S. Congress. He apologizes. He says Toyota grew too fast and lost focus on quality. The litigation trail extends beyond the recalls. In the court filings accompanying the 2014 DOJ settlement, 89 deaths are attributed to the unintended acceleration defects. That number is from public court documents. Hold that for a second. March 2014, Toyota enters a deferred prosecution agreement with the U.S. DOJ. Charge: wire fraud, misleading consumers and regulators about the safety defects. Press release said, full cooperation. DOJ says $1.2 billion. Toyota versus Detroit. The receipts go back to 1957. By 2008, Toyota briefly passes General Motors as the world's largest automaker, a position GM held for 77 consecutive years. 1950. Post-war demand collapses. Toyota's bank forces a restructuring. Kichiro Toyoda resigns. Out of that crisis, Eiji Toyoda and Taiichi Ono build the Toyota production system from scratch. Crisis as a design specification. The real rivalry in the U.S. is Honda. Camry versus Accord. Best-selling cars in America, trading places every 3 years. Detroit watches from the penalty box. 2009, things got close. 2008, global financial crisis. Toyota posts its first operating loss in more than 70 years. 460 billion yen in the red. The acceleration scandal breaks simultaneously. 2 crises at once. Between January and February 2010, Toyota's market cap drops over $30 billion. The acceleration scandal costs an estimated $5 billion in recall expenses before the DOJ settlement. March 2011. The Tohoku earthquake and tsunami shut down Toyota's Japanese production for weeks. 600 suppliers directly impacted. The just-in-time system, optimized for efficiency, has almost no buffer stock. The system that built the empire reveals its vulnerability. 2013. Toyota reclaims the title of world's largest automaker. The crisis years become a management case study at Harvard and Stanford. They didn't stay down. 1997, the Prius, world's first mass-produced hybrid car. Toyota bets on hybrid a decade before the fuel crisis makes it mainstream. Then petrol hits $3 a gallon and the waiting lists start. By 2012, Toyota has sold more than 3 million Prius units globally. The hybrid powertrain that everyone called a gimmick in 1997 becomes the most copied drivetrain architecture in the industry. 2023. Toyota delivers 10.5 million vehicles, the highest single-year output of any automaker in history. Revenue, 45 trillion yen, 375,000 employees. The Loom company's grandson, the largest car manufacturer on the planet. The Corolla, still in production, 13th generation. Over 50 million sold. Every market, every continent. Here's what they're betting the company on now. And it's not what you think. Toyota's stated strategy is not full battery electric. It is what they call a multi-pathway approach: hybrid, plug-in hybrid, battery electric, and hydrogen fuel cell, all simultaneously. In 2023, 35% of Toyota's global sales are hybrid or electrified. Pure battery electric, less than 2%. The BZ4X, Toyota's first purpose-built battery electric SUV, launched in 2022. It was recalled within weeks of launch for wheel detachment issues. The EV entry was not smooth. Toyota revised it. It is now on sale in 27 markets. The parallel BET, hydrogen, the Mirai, Toyota's fuel cell vehicle, on sale since 2014. Infrastructure remains the bottleneck. Toyota is building hydrogen stations in Japan at their own expense. 2021. Toyota announces a $70 billion investment in battery electric vehicles by 2030. Target, 3.5 million BEVs per year. The strategy is slower than rivals. The market will decide. A loom that stops itself when a thread breaks. A car company that stops itself when the answer isn't ready. Some things don't change. Top 5 numbers from today. 100,000 pounds. The Loom patent that started everything. Over 10 million vehicles recalled in the acceleration scandal. 89 deaths in the court filings. $1.2 billion in the DOJ settlement. 10.5 million cars in a single year. The most any company has ever built. If you got this far, you're already 1% deeper into car history than 99% of drivers. Hit subscribe. Mac out.